What's happening is that Jesus is having a meal with a bunch of people who are sinners and tax collectors. So sinners at the time was a word that includes people who broke moral laws, and also people who just didn't meet the standards for purity at the time. Tax collectors were people who worked for the Romans to collect taxes from the people, and so they weren't liked. And some of them were known for taking advantage of that role and keeping more money for themselves than they were due. So these people Jesus is eating with are not very popular, liked people. And then you have the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, those good religious people who don't like it. They murmur or mutter or grumble about Jesus' choice of table mates. Maybe they're frustrated with Jesus, maybe a little mad at him. Or maybe they're envious of the time that he's spending with these people who they don't think deserve it. Or maybe they just don't get what Jesus is doing. And so they murmur, they grumble. This word for murmur or grumble is one that is, it's a common happening in the Bible. It appears in Exodus when when God freed the people through Moses from slavery in Egypt. And Moses is leading them to freedom through the desert. And what do the people do? They murmur about Moses. They complain. When we aren't getting something we want, or when things are happening that we don't understand, or when we're disoriented or uncomfortable, we might murmur. You ever do that? I know I do. Maybe you've seen other people do it as well. Sometimes kids murmur about their parents, or students murmur about their teachers, or employees murmur about their boss, or friends murmur about their friends, or congregants murmur about their pastor. Of course, not here. But maybe that kind of murmuring, maybe it originates in a kind of similar need as running away. A need to be seen and valued that sometimes doesn't get met in all of the busyness and all of the messiness of life as we know it. So I wonder if maybe the Pharisees here in part wanted Jesus' attention. Like a child with a caregiver, we want to know that we're seen, that we matter. We want to know that there's enough attention for us. But Jesus is here focusing his attention on other people. So maybe the Pharisees are feeling like, what about us? We're being so good. We're doing everything right, Jesus. Why won't you spend some time talking with us too? So perhaps out of frustration about an unmet need, perhaps as a strategy to get some attention, or perhaps something else, they murmur, they complain. And Jesus notices that. He responds with a sequence of these 3 parables, starting with the parable of the lost sheep, where a shepherd leaves 99 sheep behind to go search for the one who is missing.